1 to 10. We are probably above a 5. We're a +6 in terms of comparing ourselves to other school districts. But folks, with technology, because as you know with your own technology, if you have it, then tomorrow it's outdated. We are slipping back on our technology environment, and we need to be prepared for our students to learn anywhere, anytime. Just as you and I used to carry the books home because they were our anytime, anywhere environment, the students learn differently than you and I learned. They still carry those books, about 40 pounds of them on their back, but they still carry them. But we are facing that in the future, and then we have to continue to recruit and develop and retain the highest quality staff possible. Thank you.
Again, we want to thank Dr. Smith for sharing with us. She gave us a snapshot of the St. Joe School District, and we hope that you understand some of the nuances that we have to, that is dealt with our St. Joe School District. Two things I want you to think about as you sit at your table, because you're getting ready to go to work. We didn't bring you here just for you to sit and look pretty. We want you to do some work for us tonight. Two things I want you to think about, and we'll get to that in the slide presentation in just a moment. What most surprised you about the information that was presented? Just think about it. What most surprised you about the information that was presented by Dr. Smith? And then the second thing we want you to think about, what concerned you most about the information that was presented to you tonight? So just think about those two areas. We'll give you an opportunity to allow that to kind of marinate in your mind for this evening, and then you'll be able to have an opportunity to respond to that when we get to our first task. First of all, we want to thank Dr. Smith for presenting tonight. And again, we want to thank all of you for attending and coming. It's outstanding that parents, on a lovely day like it is today, no snow outside, we could be on the parkway walking, but you're here, and we're so glad that you're here. And the only thing we can encourage you to do is come back and also bring others, because again, you have some answers for us. You have some ideas for us that we need to have from you. The Board of Education, they don't have all the ideas. They don't have all the answers. The 4 chairpersons, we don't have all the ideas and we don't have all the answers, and I have no answers. I gave them all out in 1947. I'm completely out. So it's important that you come back and you bring others with you. Now, are you ready to go to work? No, I know that. No, wait. Are you ready to go to work? All right. On your table, there's a packet that you have, and also on your table there's a light yellow sheet that you're going to use to record your responses. Now, just some ground rules quickly. No, go back to the back. Okay, what you're going to need a recorder. You're going to need someone to record your responses. You're going to need someone to record your responses. And then, if I can have your attention, students, if I have your attention, you're going to need a spokesperson. Now, what we ask, we have 30 facilitators that will come to these meetings as well. We do not want them to be the lead. We want the individuals who have come to share their ideals to be the leaders of the group. So in a few minutes, I'm going to ask you, just the recorder, to raise their hand. I want to find out who the recorder is so we can hold you accountable. And then I also want to find out who the spokesperson of your table, who that person may be, because again, we want to make sure that you're accountable for what you're doing. So we're going to designate a spokesperson, and you're going to designate a recorder. Now make sure the recorder, and you can decide within your group, make sure the recorder can write legibly. And here's the reason why. We're going to pick up your responses. This is just not the activity and futility. We're going to pick up your responses, turn them in. We're going to put those together, and then we'll be able to pass those back out. So we definitely want to make sure we can read your responses, because we know they're going to be great responses, and we want to know what they are. So those are the things that you want to do right off the bat. There should be a light color sheet on your table, and you should have that, and that's where you will record your responses. We're going to give you 30 seconds because we want to get you out of here at 8 o'clock Because if we get you out at 8, we know you'll come back because you know we stick to the time frame. Is that right? All right. So we're going to give you about 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds to pick your recorder, 30 seconds to pick your spokesperson. Go. Right. Okay. Do you want them to do all 3 tasks?
We'll give them a little update like in 7 or 8 minutes and say, hopefully you've completed task 1.
Okay, do you do that? Okay. Okay, time. Now, can I have your attention, students, please? Who's the recorder? I want to see who's the recorder. The recorder, raise your hand in each group. Raise your hand, the recorder in each group. All right, thank you. Now, the spokesperson, raise your hand. Who's the spokesperson? All right, we are ready to go. We are ready to go. Recorder, raise up the light color yellow sheet so we know that you have it. Recorder. All right, so we're ready to go. Now, in the packet, there's task 1, 2, and 3. The first task, and we're going to have you begin. Remember the 2 questions we asked you at the very beginning. What were they? What were the first question? What was you most surprised? What most surprised you about the information that was shared by Dr. Smith? And the second question was, what's that?
Your biggest concern.
All right. What was your biggest concern? So right now we want to begin with task number 1. You want to go right through task number 2, and you want to go right through task number 3. Are you ready to go to work? You may begin.
All right, what's your biggest concern?
Why those 2 are 1%?
No, we're not
Spending enough on technology and
Something else I find concerning is the 52% kindergarten ready. Because if you have your kiddos not starting out right, exactly, and so they're just behind the entire time. It's so hard to catch up to. So I find that personally more concerning. Only 52% of our kiddos are.
Teachers. My daughters probably have 2 of the best teachers. I just love them. Highly skilled. I don't know if they have, I know one has a master's. I don't know if my 6th grade teacher has that. Here's the thing. The room is set up just fine, but this is what is expected, of the teachers, K through 2, to have 20 plus kids in their class, to be sitting at a table during reading group and work with 5 to 6 kids, while the other 12 to 15 at their desk are expected to stay on task and do their reading work, do their book reports, go to the computer and do their reading counts, even when the computer and the mouse are broken, and to know their spelling words. All in that time, they are left alone to do this, with the teacher having to try and discipline while she's sitting with her reading group. Not the teacher's fault. I love my 2nd grade teacher, but if the teachers aren't given the tools that they need, and the ratios are being set up for no success, especially in that early childhood, what I find is that these 2nd graders that I work with jump reading groups quickly. They jump reading, success quickly when someone is working with them and they do their work. The 6th graders that I work with, not much hope of learning quickly or absorbing as quickly. So if they're talking about early childhood education and highly skilled teachers, I think we have highly skilled teachers